Hello! Hello, welcome! I have a bunch of things I have to say. I had to write them all down. Apologies if they come out a bit ranty. I have thoughts. Okay, so first of all, I read in the Land of Leodale, the light novel, and it's not bad. It's not bad. However, so the prose in the Land of Leodale is very much tell right out. How do I say this? It's very much, I feel like the translator, and this is not a translation thing, the translator I think did a very good job of trying to convey an accurate translation of the author's style. Light novel or manga. So let me get my thoughts out. So they try to get a very accurate translation of the author's style, but it kind of read as not as interesting. No, let me, how do I say this? Hold on. This is me being nitpicky, okay? This is me being absolutely nitpicky because as someone who really enjoyed the writing style of In the Lout of Account's Family, it is not because this is not good prose. Like I said, I may be biased because I read the manga first. I fell in love with the story through the manga, and the manga does such a great job of pacing, panel choices, perspective. They do such a great job of conveying certain details that the author does have to write out because they don't have the benefit of illustrations, right? Like there are things that when you convey in writing, you have to write them out. I just feel like maybe this would change later. The first 36 pages I read was not as strong, and it was, I feel like it, I don't want to say it's not good, it's just that it's not as strong. What genre is it? So this one is it is an isekai into a game, but it's kind of interesting, and this is spoilers, but she's not the only person who is isekai'd into the game, and that makes it interesting. So there are lots of aspects that make this genre fun in this specific sense in the Land of Leodale, because it's a game where no one has a set, besides like their set race, they don't have a set job. So it's not like they're separated into mage, warrior, healer, things like that. Anyone can learn any skill, and that's what makes it really interesting. The particular character is a skill master, so she knows every single skill, and there's like cons to that, and I really like the way they convey it in the manga. I feel like in the light novel there are characters, and it's not fair because the light novel came first, right? Slow pacing. It's not slow pacing. Let me read you one of the parts. Hold on. There are some aspects I really like because you can tell that the author was trying to set the tone for a lot of things. Wow, did I only read the prologue? In 36 pages, it is just the prologue. Okay, I was like partially reading through chapter 1. I never really liked prologues. But the thing is, like, there's a moment, and I can give you a specific moment, I don't need to quote it. There's a specific moment where the main character is looking for something, and she really wants to look for it because if she's able to find it, she can confirm that she's in the game. Like at that point, she has confirmed she's in the game, but just like mentally, I feel like she's still looking for some kind of like guaranteed confirmation. So it's kind of complicated because she's like 2/3 of the way accepted, right? So when in the manga, when she sees what she's looking for, she's like, oh my gosh, and she has a reaction to it, right? Because she's looking for this thing. In the light novel, she's just like, oh, wait, no, hold on. The quote is ... Oh, there it is. You're telling me that you were, and I get like she's not frantically, desperately looking at that point, but the reaction is so vastly different. And I feel like in that sense, the manga made a better choice. Because at that point, we get to know Kaina's personality, and yes, she can be in shock, but I feel like that was a better emotional response from her because it is emotional. Like she's and she's in a situation where she's unsure, is this real? And she's like, you can even tell that there are multiple points where she keeps having to reconfirm, yes, this is real, no, I'm not dreaming. Yeah, different tone. And some of the characters are different as well. In the light novel, some of the NPCs that are introduced are more mild, and I actually like the NPCs in the novel better. However, in the manga, they have a stronger personality. So at one point in the manga, one of the characters is like, so what's a rich girl like you doing here? And her attitude is a little too interrogative, kind of. And I didn't really like that. I'm like, wow, your town gets literally no visitors, you finally get someone, and maybe it's because they get no visitors, so she's suspicious. But then she's like coming on a little too strong, and I'm like, I see why you might not have any visitors, but it's kind of complicated, you know? Like, I understand, and I feel like it was a choice. However, it did make her memorable, I will say that. In the light novel, the character kind of just passes through. She's very nondescript. Like, it's not that it's bad. I actually liked her dialogue in the light novel better, because in the light novel she kind of bonds with the main character, this particular character, and in the manga you can see that the main character is just very uncomfortable with her. And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate, because I felt like it would have been nice if she had you know, like, there's a lot of themes, and there's a reason why I wanted to read the story with you guys, because I feel like there are a lot of really good themes that they do a really good job of conveying, and in this case, this would have been one of them. Okay, don't bring that up. Shh. The manga translation was so good, I didn't want to put it down. 10 out of 10, I would recommend the manga translation. They did such a good job. I love the way that they chose... Well, I've never been too picky. As long as there's no mistakes and there's nothing too egregious. I've seen egregious digital scanlations. So far, I've been lucky. None of my physical when I say scan, physical licenses. My physical licenses have never been bad, but I've seen some digital officially licensed mangas that have terrible typography. I'm like, you make people pay for this? You make people pay for this? This, like, I've seen unofficial that is better, neater, and obviously cares about the manga, you guys. But yeah, I don't know. Let me try to find you that quote. There is one thing, I don't know, like, how old is... Like I said, because the light novel is the original, I can see that. There are some details here that I think are kind of, they're not conveyed in the manga because they have to be selective, right? I would rate the manga is better than the anime and the light novel, but I do think the light novel is better than the anime. And that is just because in the anime, things just happen off screen and you don't know. Like, all of a sudden, the main character leaves the village, comes back, and apparently she built a bunch of things for the village, but you never see that. You don't see why she built it. They don't convey why or what kind of, how do I say this? What reasoning, what kind of bond she built with the villagers, her intent. And a lot of things are just not conveyed in the anime, and I get that. It's an anime. They were speeding it. But they did give good animation in that anime, and I feel like it's such a wasted opportunity, because how often do you see an overpowered character, especially a female character, who has such an interesting story? And I think with overpowered characters, you often have a really rough time getting invested in their story, because at some point it's boring. Because everyone goes to space, everyone fights God, everyone fights in indescribable stakes that you cannot, I guess it's not comprehend, but it's just like you're not... It's different than what they started out with, so you're just not, you may not be as emotionally invested. I have two examples, actually. One is an overpowered character who eventually protected the world, but he still has a purpose, and I like that, because instead of him being like the ultimate god that ruled the world, it showed like, even though he is extremely strong, he is still not enough to defeat beings that are centuries and centuries and centuries old, and I think that's realistic. But I like that. I like that ending, and I probably want to discuss that one in a later time. There's another one that I recently finished. It's called The Strongest Floors. I don't really recommend Webtoon anymore. I don't like some of their editorial practices. I don't like some of the mangas they promote. I don't like a couple things. But I do think Strongest Floors is another example of an overpowered character where it's really interesting because he becomes overpowered in an unconventional sense. I think he kind of started that because if I remember, Strongest Floors came out before all these other like, oh, I'm going to be the, I don't know, there's like a couple. I don't really want to list too many because I haven't read too many good, unconventional, strong manhwas. I've dropped a lot of them. I give them a chance and then I drop them because they get to the point where it's like, you're just strong because of the plot. You're not developing skills. Does that make sense? I don't like those. In Strongest Floors, a lot of the reasons why he's so good is because he already had a skills like his physical body that he worked before he got in the game, and that allowed him to do things like reaction time and things like that because there is a connection between your strength in real life and then how you utilize some of that strength. Of course, you can still do things like magic, but it made for like an interesting thing because oftentimes he, and even until the end, reverts to his basic skills. He uses things like the martial arts he learns. He like defaults to these kind of things, you know? Like he never really forgets who he is and what his ultimate purpose is. This is spoilers if you haven't finished Strongest Floors. He does enter God Realm fights. And I got annoyed. I got so annoyed. Hello, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. I got so annoyed because let me tell you what happened. At the very end, there is one female character who's been to him since virtually the beginning, but she's like a chill friend, okay? And she's like, yeah, we're good friends, we've been playing together. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the story, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna follow you on your new adventure. And he's like, what? Are you sure? It's gonna be dangerous. You don't have any skill. And she's like, yeah, I also want to learn how to play the game. And then she's like, and I can't lose to this other female character who isn't real because she's an NPC. And I'm like, when did you start liking him? Excuse me. There was literally another female character who did have actual interest in him, who we saw her progression of her feelings, who developed feelings, and who was like an integral, I guess, development. And what do you mean you shoehorn this other person instead of the one who had developed her feelings? I was so disappointed, but it just ended like that. It ended like that. And that's why I don't really watch a lot of overpowered characters, but Kana, this is the whole reason I'm talking about this. In the land of Leodale, it is so fun because she is overpowered and you can only tell she's overpowered. She has no sense because she played a game, right? So she had other people who were like on her level, and it's been hundreds of years since that game ended. So a lot of the things that like these ancient beings have done before are just legends now. So when people see her abilities, they're just like, hold on, can I do it? It's like shock, draw, jaw drop, awe. Okay, she's not even childhood friend, okay? She's just a friend he made in the game. It's complicated, but she basically is like more of a manager because later on he does like this esports thing. I have so many thoughts about the Strongest Floors. I could talk about them now that it's over. There are so many things they didn't tie in. Okay, yeah, she can be besties, but there was no other emotional development. She was literally not interested in him or anything. If she had at any point, besides like a blush on her cheek, everyone has a blush on her cheek. Yeah. But yeah. What was I talking about? Kana. Shoot, in the land of Leodale. Oh, so Kana is very, very overpowered, but you only find that out based on the reactions of other people. And it's like, it's fun. How do I say this? It's fun because even as a viewer, you can tell, we know that she is like overpowered, the scale thing she does, but it's only the reactions of people there. And I like it because for once it's a female character being like crazily overpowered and people are like, "Nandesu ka?" And I don't know, it's fun. So that's why I really enjoyed it, but there is a plot. She does have a purpose. She is going through a lot, and I think it's a really warm story. I'm trying to find you guys that quote. Okay, I can't find it. I didn't write it down because I was like trying to speed read just to get... Oh, this... Wait, was it? Okay, so there's one, it's like... This is not really gonna give you a hint too much, but it's like the jagged 3D frames converge in front of Xena and materialize with an electric spark to form the silhouette of a lion. The wave of electric aftershocks zapped the intruder who fell backward with a shout. The lion nimbly pursued. It's not bad, but something about it is... I feel like it's just not as strong of prose. And it continues and says, Xena landed and twitched spastically in front of Lyle, who had finally managed to recover. The electric lion, which was almost double the size of a bear, soon caught up to them. The two flustered hoodlums spurred their aching bodies on and made a break for it. Like I said, it's not bad, it's just something about the prose is not quite as strong. I'm not sure how to improve it because I think this is just the writer's style. I think they like writing in this style. It's a very direct but also not active style. Maybe it's not active for me, and I feel like that's not fair because they are... It's not passive either. So that's why I just personally, if you are going to pick one or the other, sorry, this whole rant, the purpose of this was to say, if you're going to pick between the manga or the light novel, I would recommend the manga. I do think the manga has a better chance of being in a library because it is more recent. However, the light novel has more details. So yeah, that's my recommendation. I think I had something else to mention about In the Land of Leodale. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry I haven't made any of the posts or membership posts. I will make them today and tomorrow. I just had to wrap up a few things. But I will be doing them. We'll be doing voting for emotes. We have 2 more emotes! And then I will be doing a general post so everyone can vote, and I just want you to get your opinion on would you rather watch In the Land of Leodale before or after book club. And because of that, I have not set a date for book club because depending on if you guys want to watch before or after, it might change when I do book club because I have a more flexibility with watching the anime, but it will affect it. It will affect it. For purposes of book club discussion, which one you'll be discussing, I'll be reading both and I'll be telling you guys some of the differences. Because they are not big differences, some of them might just be details. Like for example, one of the things that the manga doesn't do is it does not describe this is kind of spoilers, but Kana, as I said, the main character, is a skill master, so she knows every single skill. And because of that, she can actually... how do I say this? When you learn skills, you have to go through a quest to get the skills. Sometimes through an NPC, sometimes through an event. Kana has the ability as a skill master to create a skill scroll. So that means that people can learn the skill from the scroll instead of going to the quest. Because of that, this system got abused by other players who were absolute animals. So terrible that some skill masters quit the game, and for someone to learn 4,000 skills and then kill the game, you can tell that that was some severe level harassment. So what they did was every skill master got to make a tower, and instead of doing like a specific quest or things like that, if the players just clear the tower that the skill masters have set, then they can learn any skill they want. Every skill master has their own tower, and Kana's tower in particular is important. But all these skill master towers are important, and they do briefly describe all the skill master towers in the light novel, and it's really good because one thing I did not like in the manga is they did not convey the level of harassment that the players did, because as we know, people are just like, gimme, 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 I want this, I don't want to ask you for this, you will give it to me, you know, kind of thing. It's like, it's terrible. So in the light novel, they do a really good job of conveying how the towers that the skill master developed is intentionally made to as like revenge. It's revenge. The things that they set, the challenges they set, are revenge against the players who harassed them before. And it's such a good note, but in the manga, they're like, oh, I'm so glad that the admin stepped in. No. In the light novel, all the skill masters protested to the game, and because if all of the, I guess like the top 1%, they are basically the top 0.99%, okay? These skill masters, the time they have dedicated to the game. So when all of them banded together and protested to the game admins, they were like panicking and trying to find a solution, okay? I like that a lot better. Some of the details like this are in the light novel, but not necessarily in the manga. I forgot if they're in the anime. I got really annoyed when I saw the anime skipped a bunch of things, so I don't remember if I finished watching the anime either. But I will be reading both and then talking about the differences, because sometimes there are details that I really like in the light novel, and there are some details I really like in the manga. So I'm gonna have to find a new way to make my PowerPoint. But I did get inspiration. I found a YouTuber whose editing style was really inspiring, and I really want to try out his style of editing. His style is basically PowerPoints with animation and transitions. That doesn't sound as cool, but the way he does it makes it so interesting, and I really want to try it because it's both really simple, but it can be really interesting if done well. So I got really inspired when I watched this video. No, it's not. It's actually not. And as someone who would have made PowerPoint slides anyways, this is just like adding a small thing. I've actually already experimented with it, and I actually got to work on one of the manga videos, the ones I'm making for the other channel already. And it was like, that's how inspired I was. So we're gonna see. Okay, I've been like ranting about this for 20 minutes. I actually had other stories I wanted to talk to you guys, but I think I gotta start the game and then I will bring them up. I wrote them all down. Yes, I did write them all down. I now have these little notes and notepads I write every time, where I just write down things I want to mention. And it's been really helpful. But I knew I wanted to talk about this. I had feelings last night, okay? I was reading it and I was like, question mark face the whole time. I'm like, huh. Because I'm not gonna lie, you know the first time I read the light novel? I read it machine translated. And I'm like, it was pretty easy to read. It was pretty good. I read it when they had first started publishing and I enjoyed it. But I didn't really get into the story until the manga, I will say that. Okay, but that's because I had a topic this time. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna make a Zatsu stream, but then I was like, wait, what do I talk about? I don't have anything to talk about! So, maybe as I get used to writing down these conversation topics and things like that, I'll be able to do a Zatsu someday. Yay! Okay. So, let me just collect stuff and also have him gather things for me so I don't have to do it. What should it be? No, I'm blocking. Hold on. Wait. Like this. Okay, now I can see. Should it be this one? Fizzy ore is annoying to collect. I don't also want to do that on screen. Box clam, I don't really need it. Probably fizzy ore. Okay, this is super useful. I wish it could be more than one item. And let's go. Okay. So let me tell you, the other day I was at my local Asian grocery mart and I was like, huh, I wonder what's new. Now, what do you guys expect when you go to a grocery mart? Because I'll tell you what I didn't expect is Japanese Pokemon cards. When I say Japanese Pokemon cards, I do not mean like one Pokemon card. I mean hundreds of dollars, the premium Japanese Pokemon sets that people are like fighting for. I'm talking about evolution, prismatic evolution sets, and some of the most sought after sets. And I'm like, who is going to go to their local grocery mart for Japanese Pokemon cards? Yeah, that's why I'm being very specific of not saying what sets they are. I feel like the scalpers will sense a disturbance in the force and then head there. It's crazy because they only have one of each, and I'm like, what would possess you to stock this? And then you know what I think? Here's my conspiracy theory, okay? One of the managers, their kids, used their card in order to buy these Japanese Pokemon cards. And the manager was like, oh my gosh, how do I recoup this? And there's a solution, is to sell it in the store. Because you cannot tell me that they happen to have one of so many of these premium sets that, by the way, this was a while ago. These are not new sets. I mean, they kind of are new. But in Japan, like, these had been out for a while. I don't even, like, are they authentic? I would assume so. I don't know. They're charging, like, enough for it to be authentic. But would I trust this Asian grocery mart to sell authentic Pokemon cards? I don't know. But basically, they only have one of each, and it's bizarre. They just have them there, and yes, it's kind of in... Okay, I guess I can't give too many details. I really don't want to disturb the... I don't want to summon them. But it's like, I feel like if they had put in a picture and then had people, like, go to a secured... to, like, the counter, I guess, to get it, that would have made more sense to me than just having them there. Like, it's... It was crazy. I thought I was seeing things, and they were like hundreds of dollars. I don't think a lot of people realize they have them yet. But I'm gonna be interested to see if I go back to see if they're still there. Oh, I love it when you go to a place often enough that they recognize you. That is so sweet. I bet that sandwich was extra warm and extra tasty as well. I actually, in the bubble tea place, I guess, I've been going to, one of the very sweet, but okay, I'm not ungrateful. Please understand, it's not because I don't appreciate it, but the bubble tea place I've been going to, they give me like this little snack every time I go and buy bubble tea now. Oh, hold on. That's so cute. But they give me this little snack every time I go, but I don't eat the snack. It's just, I don't mind. I now have a bunch of this snack. It's very, very sweet. I know. But I can't eat that many. But I have had like a lot less bubble tea in recent years. In recent months. I've been drinking more at home. It's just expensive now. As much as I like enjoy it, it's expensive. And the prices hasn't even gone up. But you know whose prices have gone up? Oh, I did that already. I have like... I have wanted these little mini ice cream sandwiches for like the longest time, and no grocery store had them. I went to 4 different grocery stores and I gave up. I was like, okay, if this place doesn't have it, this is like the ultimate place that should have everything, then I just give up. Like, I want them, but I don't want them that much. Like, I'm not about to go to a 5th grocery store. So instead, I just went to my local Asian mart, and what did I find in the freezer section but these specific mini ice cream sandwiches. Now, why do they have to be the mini ones? They don't. It's just a specific brand I tend to like, because I like the sandwich portion that they make a lot better, and I also like the ice cream. It's like icy instead of too creamy. It's very good, but that's why I prefer like the minis, because that's just the one that I tend to find. So I've been having like an ice cream sandwich, not daily, but like every other day, and it's kind of been like my little sweet treat, and it's okay because they're mini. A mini ice cream sandwich, yeah. So it's just like I'm not gonna buy more. I kind of want to, but I've learned not to like eat it when you want to eat it. But if you buy too much, you might not finish. That is always the risk, unless I don't want to waste food. The minis help you feel like you aren't having enough. No. I only have one. as I said, I'm not really a sweet treat person. So at Dairy Queen, when I used to order blizzards, I used to get the small, and they'd be too much. I'd get overwhelmed and not finish. So like I would give it to my family, whoever wanted it. But now that they have like the mini size, that is too expensive. But it's kind of like the perfect size for me to consume for a blizzard. But nowadays, even the mini size is just too much for me. So I'm not a sweet person. I guess it's very typical of me. It's just like, if the dessert is not too sweet, it's perfect. I've actually had bubble tea before, and it was very funny. I went with a bunch of friends to a farmer market, and we got bubble tea, right? And they were using some, like, I guess it's like a monk sugar alternative syrup, agave syrup, mixture syrup, and I didn't really like that. I just don't really like the taste. So I ordered just unsweetened, and the person who was taking my order did like a double take. He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I wanted unsweetened. And then they were like, "Okay." And then they made me my drink, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's pretty good." Like, how do I say this? It's grassy, because I had green tea. And it was so funny to me because my friend, she's like, "Hey, I want to try." So I let her try. And you know what her expression was? She was like, "This tastes like sadness." It was so funny because the thing is, I have had wheat germ, okay? I've had actual like grass drink. It was not bad. It was totally fine, but that's when I realized that I'm really not a sweet person. I tried hers. I didn't like it. I knew I wouldn't like that syrup. It was just so funny to me. By the way, I unlocked dyeing abilities. So that means if I buy anything, I can now just dye it the color I want, because I have a bunch of dyes. He gives thread. I want to make things that he likes, but I don't have that many. So you. Yeah. You see, I really went through like a couple. Oh, you know, speaking of price changes, you guys remember that restaurant I told you where every time I went, like, I think twice. The first time I went, and then the second time I went, they increased the price. Well, guess who has recently dropped their price? It's been like... they only just opened. They increased it, they decreased it, and the crazy thing is, they didn't post it. They didn't post it officially that they have dropped their price. I found out because some people have been going and they posted the price, but they have not officially announced it. So some people will go there thinking that it's more expensive and then finding it's cheaper, and maybe they'll be happy about that. Personally, I will not forget when I called them and they're like, "Hey, you should call back in 2 hours." And I was like, okay, I like your food. I'm not paying more and waiting 2 hours to eat. I'd rather just go to a different place because there are other options. And it's kind of complicated. Like, I don't think they meant it in like a bad way. I just think that they truly did not think it through when they were talking or giving the suggestion. I think they were like busy and they were, you know, occupied, but it was not a good look. I will have to say that. Like, I will say I kind of out of spite, I haven't gone back. But guess what? There is a new place, and it's not vegetarian, but they have vegetarian options that open up. So now I have another option. Although technically there's only like, it's only for subs and it's not for general Vietnamese food, so I still have to find somewhere to get like good pho. There is one place who is close to me that has vegetarian pho, but it's not good. It's not good at all, and I get really annoyed at that place. Yeah, the banh mi is so good. Wait, I was thinking. Oh yeah, so this new banh mi place, I actually have a story about it too. There's actually a lot of sandwich places near me, and they're very busy. But I just haven't wanted to go yet. Oh wait, hold on, I have to go make more of these books. Give me a second. Choco Cat really likes chocolate and also these books. So I gotta make a bunch for him. There, wait, no, where'd it go? Huh? Oh, is it because I don't have any books so I can't craft it? Hold on, I gotta craft a bunch of books then. Hold on, hold on. I do like a good sandwich, however, I make better sandwiches. And the sandwiches that I have to pay for are like $20. Because they're like specialty places, it's painful. It's painful, you guys. Like, they come with a side and a drink, but I'd still rather make it at home and then for like a, you know, nah, it's fine. I like it, and that's what's important. I know it's true because I'm the only person I have to impress. Okay, hold on. I gotta make more advanced gizmos too, okay. But let me tell you about this sandwich story. Yeah. As long as I think it's tasty, it's fine. But let me tell you about this sandwich story because I went to this new place and it was actually really good, but I was kind of nervous. And let me tell you why. Because if you guys know, there are two kinds of Asian stores. One with the Asian name that tends to be more of the flavor profile that I like, that I prefer. And then there's the ones with the very Western names and who cater to a very different palate and demographic. Now, in this case, this was a new place and I was kind of nervous because they have a very Western name. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not really the kind of palate I enjoy, like the food that I have proven time and time again to enjoy. But I went because it's very close and they were giving a discount because they are trying to get customers in a competitive market, and I think that was very smart of them. I'll tell you about another place that did like the not smart thing, but this one was pretty smart. They gave a really good discount, so I went to go try it. When I went in, I was very pleasantly surprised that they were Vietnamese. And it's not that if you're not Vietnamese, you can't make it good, but the taste I prefer tends to be, that's what I grew up with. So I just prefer banh mi made by the Vietnamese way. Okay, I'm trying to be very diplomatic because because I'm on the internet. But basically, I was super excited. I went in and I ordered, and they had two options for me, but one of the options was not one I liked, and it's a little specific so I can't mention it, but basically I picked the tofu option and I was super excited. So something I do when I like go to restaurants or like sub places, because you can watch them make it. I watch them make it and I usually have a pretty good sense of which one is mine because not many people order tofu. Yeah, that's the thing. It was very funny. Yeah. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so as I was watching them make it, I was like, oh, there's my tofu sub. And there was actually very busy. Now, if you guys want to know a couple of good tips to find a good sub place, number one, they need to have Vietnamese on the menu. I do mean that because I've seen very interesting places who do sub, but they don't have Vietnamese, and I'm not saying it can't be good, but if you want like the authentic Vietnamese banh mi, you should look for a place that has Vietnamese on the menu. Now, the second thing you should look for is whether or not they have pate. Pate, oh, whoa, I didn't even know there was a stamina apple here. Yay, okay. So you want to find a place that has pate. Pate is not make or break in a sub, however, it will impact how flavorful and satiated you feel when you're eating the sub. And I think like a place that does good pate just tends to be better received because pate can be really good when it's done right. Now, I don't eat pate because I'm a vegetarian, but this is something that my family has told me, like you need to have pate in order for it to be good. Now, the third thing is if you go to a place and people are ordering multiple subs. Now, it's not like if you buy one sub, it's like not enough, but if you go to a place and you find multiple people ordering multiple subs. That means that they have been tasked to go to this place and get lunch, and that is a pretty good chance that it's going to be a good sub place. These are just like a couple of the things that I would advise. So this place, the person before me ordered 6 subs. There was me ordering 1 sub. And then the person after me ordered 6 or 7 subs. So I was feeling pretty good about the odds. Now when I was watching them make it, there was like trying not to look too intently, so it was like kind of watching but not too much. Only because some people get a little nervous when you stare at them when they're making a sandwich, and that's okay, I get it. Performance anxiety. I just want a good sub. So I looked away, and then they called me to the counter, and I was like, wait, I was just watching them make the sub. I think that is still my sub. But then I doubted myself, because I was like, oh, maybe like the person after me ordered a tofu sub as one of their options. So, oh shoot, hold on. No, let me out. Okay. Hello? I want to leave. Okay. So I was like, okay, weird, but it had, maybe. So I went and I just grabbed my sub. And you know how one of the things that like you do when you get your food is you look at it. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't really see anything. Because if you don't know, when you get a tofu sub, usually you can see some of the tofu. Some of the other subs might be a little more difficult, but for example, if you're getting like satay, you usually will see like the sauce or a bit of the meat sticking out. I was like, that's weird. So I left. And then as I left, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I couldn't. So as I'm in the car with my family, because we'd gone to this place. And by the way, we were sharing the sub just in case it wasn't good, because we have had not good subs. So we were like kind of prepared. We were like, if it's good, we'll go back again. If it's not, then at least we only ate half the sub. So I'm in the car. I still feel like something is not quite right. So I try to look at the sub. And to do that, I try to like open the bread a little bit, but for some reason, they have packed this thing so tight, the paper refuses to move. It's like sealed together shut. And I'm like, okay, now I definitely have to look into this. Like if something's not right, something's not right. So I kind of pry the bread open and it explodes. I'm not even kidding. It like actually explodes. Breadcrumbs go everywhere. I have like pieces of the crust, and I'm like, well, that happened. And it was unfortunate, but then I could finally see what was inside the sub, and it was not tofu. It was not tofu. It was a cold cut sub. That's why I couldn't see it, because if you guys don't know, a cold cut Vietnamese banh mi is basically slices of deli meat, but because it's slices of deli meat, it's so thin you can't see it. Because I distinctly remember the person after me had ordered a cold cut sub. That means there is a very likely chance they got my tofu sub. So I asked my family to turn around and to go back. And fortunately, we weren't home yet, so we were able to like turn back around pretty quickly. And I went inside, and they were like, oh, what are you doing here? And people tend to do that, because when your customer returns immediately after getting their food, that's probably not a great sign. But anyways, yeah. Went back, told them what happened, and at first, like, I could see they were kind of incredulous. Like at first they were like, oh yeah, you ordered the cold cut, and then they immediately had like, I could see the realization on their face midway. They're like, oh no, you ordered the tofu. And then they like, I think it was a family run business, so like I could just see like them starting to like, I guess not argue, but they were talking to each other in that very Asian way where they like sound upset, but they're probably having a normal conversation. I mean, this time they were probably a little bit like, oh my gosh, how could you like, why did you give me the wrong sub and things like that? But it was still very like normal conversation. It was very funny. But what I could see was they were trying to open the sub paper, like the wrapping paper that the sub was in, to also look. And I was like kind of concerned because they kept talking in Vietnamese and I don't speak Vietnamese. I can like order food in Vietnamese and there are certain things I know in Vietnamese, but I cannot speak Vietnamese fluently. So what I ended up having to say, I was like, oh, excuse me, can I get a new sub? And the person who had been like communicating with me this whole time, they're like, yes, yes, of course. And I was like, okay. And I could see in the background, like, I think it was their relative, their mom, could have been like their aunt or whoever's doing the business with them, still trying to open this wrapping paper. So I was like, okay, because I'm a vegetarian and I can't eat this. Like, I just want the tofu. And as soon as I said the word vegetarian, the lady who was trying to open the sub dropped it so fast. She's like, oh, vegetarian. And then she immediately went to make a new sub. Because let me say, I don't think she was planning to reuse the sub to give to me. I will say that outright. I don't think that's what was happening. I think she just wanted to make sure, like, oh yeah, this is the cold cut that I gave them. But as soon as I said vegetarian, they realized, they're like, oh, and like I said, it is not that all Vietnamese people are vegetarians or anything, but it's like because it's more prevalent in their culture, I think they realized, they're like, oh, this person is a vegetarian, it might be for religious reasons, and we gave them something with meat. And I have encountered this before. Because I went to a Taiwanese restaurant, and I think I've mentioned this. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. But my family went, and it was a vegetarian restaurant that started selling meat dishes, probably to get like more clients, but it didn't work because all their clients were vegetarians who really liked that it was a vegetarian restaurant. Anyways, they served us chicken. And when we realized it was chicken, we gave them everything, including our bowls with other food inside. Because, and I don't mean like the other dishes, I mean like our rice bowls, because you eat rice with these dishes. And we gave it back to them, and like the owner's expression when we gave back the rice bowls, he was like, oh my god, these people. And that's when they knew, like, it was like, it was probably like, I am not, how do I say this? It's not that they wouldn't take it seriously if it wasn't, because at the end of the day, they're a restaurant, right? But it was just like, because they have that added context, they're like, oh. You know? So it was very, very funny. It was very, very funny. They did end up giving me a really good sub. Like, it was really good. They did give me some extra because they could tell, like, they all apologized to me. They felt so bad. And I didn't want to make them feel bad. I wanted to try their sub, you know? But it was a really good sub. And the only thing that made me sad, was when I went back the second time, there was a lot less filling. And they actually remembered me. They're like, oh my gosh, we still talk about you. And it was only like, I think a couple of days different. So it was very funny for me. Oh, I should also mention, they gave me like a little treat as like an apology. And they actually made the sub fresh. That's what made it really good, I think. They made the filling for my sub fresh when they had to replace my sub. It was so good. I will stand by the fact that even though I get that subs are something you can eat cold, there is something about eating a sub with warm filling that is just unmatched. It was so, so, so good. But it was really sad when I had it the second time, and it was not quite as good, but I'll just probably heat it up next time before I eat it. Because you can like toast the bread and it will be good. I don't know if it'll be quite the same, but they also set off their smoke alarm while they were cooking it, because I think they set it on such a high heat that they were trying to like both make sure it was a good filling, like they seasoned it enough, because they had to like, what I like about this place is they actually have flavor in their tofu. It is not just plain tofu put into the sub. I have had that so many times. It is why I have gone to the point where my family only tries one sub when we go to a new sub place. This place actually had flavor. It was so good. But yeah, I'm still probably gonna have to like not go there too often. Only because they do give a little less filling, but I really like their bread. One of the best, the most important parts of a Vietnamese sub is their bread. It makes a huge difference. Yep. Oh, springtail. Well, that's my whole story. No, dang it. But yeah, lots happened. Normally my life is not that eventful. This time it just happened that there were so many things to mention. I think that's it. I think that's all the stories I have. It's been like an hour. I used to when I was younger. And like, it's because my family would go out and eat. If we're talking about like, if there was a good place to eat, I would. The thing with Western restaurants is their vegetarian food tends to be Beyond Burgers, salad, or I guess plain pasta. And it's not really filling, you know? Especially for the restaurant prices you pay. Like I said, when I was looking at the sub place, the sub actually looked, not the Vietnamese one, the regular Western one. The sandwich place looked good. It had good ingredients, it looked interesting, but it was $20 for a sandwich. At that point, I'm kind of like, I would very much rather just make it myself at home. The reason I tend to prefer Asian restaurants is because the meals tend to be a little more filling. There's just a little more variety in like the vegetarian options. So yeah, that's why you tend to hear my stories about me going to these places instead of like Western restaurants. Yeah, that's the thing. And I get really... There's one thing that kind of does upset me about vegetarian food in a Vietnamese restaurant as well. And like sometimes with some places that are not as good, they will give you a sub, a vegetarian sub, that is the same price as a meat sub, but it's just the vegetables. There's not even tofu and they charge you the same price. It is criminal. I just don't buy from those places. I don't. But there are also places where they give you plain tofu and then they call it satay or things like that. So yeah, no one is like infallible to this. I've had good and bad at both Western and Asian places. There used to be a Western restaurant that my family really liked going to because they had a whole menu where it was... Oh shoot, I missed the bug! A whole menu where it was... I guess it was like vegetarian options and substitutes. So it was very, very good. And the waiters were so knowledgeable. Like they knew the different dietary restrictions. They were able to be like, oh yeah, if you're like this kind of vegetarian, then I would recommend these, but not these. You know what I mean? So like, there were restaurants like that. However, when my family went back, not recently, but it was like several years ago, it changed. A lot of it changed. They got rid of a lot of these accommodations and options, and I wonder if it's because they thought they weren't selling enough. But there were so many other people who I saw were like my family, where we went there because they had these accommodations. Now that they got rid of them, there's like no difference to this restaurant than any other restaurant, even though they still had options. But just like knowing that the accommodations were reduced to such an amount that it was just like a typical Western restaurant. It was just a Beyond Burger, maybe mac and cheese, maybe spaghetti. It was just sad. It was sad. Like, I get it, but it was unfortunate because it originally was such a hot spot for people with dietary restrictions because they had accommodations and because they were so knowledgeable that they could advise and like discuss with you on what you could and couldn't eat, you know? So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. What is this? Oh. Okay, found a random place. Sometimes I find random doors and I can't open them and I'm like, dang, I'm not gonna remember this place later, am I? It's kind of like... I think depends on who you get. I have had people who understand when you say like you're a vegetarian and they get it, but there are some people who have rolled their eyes. I've seen people roll their eyes when you ask them, and I think that's... At that point, I always ask for a new waiter, because I always... And when they're like, why? I'm like, oh, I don't feel comfortable taking orders giving you my order, knowing that you are dismissive of my accommodations. Is like, I just wouldn't feel comfortable, you know? Someone outright rolled their eyes at you, and it's like, I've had people apologize, but still, it's like, I get it, but I'm still not comfortable. Especially, you know, I don't know. Like, I've been told I'm too harsh for doing it, but I just kind of don't play with that. I get it, I don't play with it. Yeah, because it's, at the end of the day, I'm the one who has to eat and pay, so... Are they all prepackaged or are they able to make in-house? It depends. There are places that make their own mock meats in-house. The restaurant I used to eat at did that. And there's another restaurant which was super famous for their in-house made mock meats. And it was so good. I still dream about their katsu. Because they are the only place that had a vegetarian katsu. They did close down. They had issues. Not issues for like food, they had issues with their management, but that was unfortunate. But most places do buy the prepackaged, especially the popularity of Impossible and Beyond. Although some people now use Beyond and they're not using Beyond Meat. I don't know how that works. Maybe they're too small. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't like taking that chance. I actually have had people who have outright told me, hey, if you are this kind of vegetarian, my food is not for you. And I actually really appreciate and value that. Because let me tell you, I went to a Vietnamese sub place and the person was like, hey, because I asked for the vegetarian sub, the vegetable sub, because vegetable and vegetarian are very, very different. When you go to an Asian place and it says vegetable, that is not vegetarian. That just means that there are more vegetables or primarily vegetables in that dish. So, as someone who, when I go out and I order vegetable, and the owner straight up told me, he's like, oh, are you eating jai, which is vegetarian? And he's like, if you are eating vegetarian for religious reasons, my food's not for you, because it's not vegetarian. I have fish sauce. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. My friend actually thought he was very rude, and I was like, no. He saved me. Because I have been to places where I ask, do you use fish sauce? Do you use this? I specifically asked them and they're like, nope, we don't. And then I take a bite and I want to throw my food into the garbage. Because it's not because it's bad. I would like to let anyone who is new listening know that I cannot eat fish sauce. It has been that way my whole life. It makes me feel ill. I don't know why, but it just does. So as soon as something has fish sauce, I just automatically know because my body immediately rejects it. So when I usually, if they tell me no and I eat it and I find out there's a yes, I just let them see me spit my food into the garbage can. And I tell them, I was like, I cannot eat fish sauce. It makes me sick. And then they apologize to me. Like they didn't just tell me a few minutes ago that there was no fish sauce. Yeah. Okay. It's sad, but it is the truth with a lot of vegetarian places that they do end up closing. But also because a lot of these places I've been going to have been open for 20 plus years. So if there is no one who A, buys the business, which I've seen people buy businesses that I like and then they turn out terrible. And B, there's no one to no kids to take on the legacy. They do have to close. It is normal. Please don't put that on me. No. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, I really appreciate people who are just willing to be honest. For me, I have actually recommended that place to other people because I appreciate their honesty and they do have good subs. That's why I went. I told them, hey, if you are looking for a place to try, go try this one because I value that they were honest with me. It can be a poorly trained waiter. I would agree if I didn't see a bottle that said fish sauce. I would agree. Because sometimes there is just one person who doesn't know, and then I'm totally fine with that. Sometimes when they ask other people, or when, for example, I didn't see this. I saw like a bottle of, I think it was soy sauce. I thought it was soy sauce. And then after I, lost my food, I looked and they had turned the bottle because they had picked it up, put it back down, and it said fish sauce. That's why when I told them, I was like, hey, and I pointed to the bottle, and then they apologized. Yes, you're right. I don't like to hold mistakes against people, but sometimes there was a trend going around on social media earlier, and I think it was like, I understand that customer service is extremely tough job, but when I saw that Starbucks trend where Starbucks employees were like, oh, when people ask me for like skim milk, I give them full fat, or when people ask me for almond milk, I give them regular milk. I got so upset, and I contemplated reporting these videos to corporate because sometimes I understand that customer service is difficult. I have worked customer service. I have been in that position. I've had people yell at me for no reason. I have been in that unfortunate situation where people are just terrible sometimes. However, that does not give you the right to mess with anyone's food, whether or not you feel that they deserve it. Someone is paying you for this food. I understand they can be disrespectful. But in some cases, people weren't being disrespectful. They were just asking for a specific different ingredient. And these people were like, hey, hey, funny, I'm gonna give them something else because I don't believe that people can A, be intolerant, B, have dietary restrictions, or C, even worse, some people literally cannot eat certain things. I have seen so many videos, and because of social media, we see this more now. I'm not saying it didn't exist before, we just see it more prevalently. People who cannot eat certain things. I cannot have fish sauce. I am not joking when I tell you. I've been to a restaurant. I've asked the waiter asked the chef said no, I could not eat it, and then the chef had to come out and apologize, tell me he does use a little bit of fish sauce in some of his food, and he didn't think I would actually not be able to eat it. He thought I was being picky. And I think because I've been through this, I just feel stronger about it. But I've had actual chefs tell me, they're like, yeah, I didn't know you actually couldn't eat it. And I'm like, do you think I just, like, I've had places comp my food because of this, okay? Because when I mean it, I mean it. I can't remember what we were talking about. How did we get onto this? But yeah, don't mess with people's food. Don't mess with people's food. You really don't know what could be going on. There can be people who are going through a lot of pain, and then, yes, I'm sorry that they are not in the best attitude. You don't deserve it. You absolutely don't. But messing with someone's food can lead to other consequences. I saw a girl. I didn't see her physically. I saw a video where she went into cardiac... not a cardiac arrest. She had an allergic reaction because she is allergic to dairy. And they gave her full fat milk or full regular milk instead of her almond milk alternative, and she just had an allergic reaction in the Starbucks. That was a huge event, and you never know. You never know. Just don't mess with people's food. I was trying to think, how do I get on a nicer topic? I had other things to talk about, but I don't want to keep going this route because I don't think this is very fun to listen to. Wait, I can't do 2 ingredients yet. I haven't upgraded this yet. Okay. So many recipes I want to make, but not enough. Let me talk about a good customer service experience I had just to lighten things up. I can't say I'm an expert. I'm just someone who has specific preferences and also some things that is just... I can't eat. But yeah, being a vegetarian, I had someone ask me, they're like, oh, you're a vegetarian? That's how you stay so skinny. And I'm like, I get that some people do it for weight loss. But at that moment, I was like, that kind of feels backhanded. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that. Actually, I was gonna give you a positive experience. Let's talk about positive things, okay? Nothing wrong. I don't mind, talking about things like this and sharing, but I don't want it to take too much. Let's go definitely more boat-like. The waterfall? Okay. Reasonable. You're my hero. I can show you where the rockfall is. Let's go! I'm sorry I'm blocking you, Pom-Pom Purin. Oh, that's the thing. Some people are not restricted vegetarians. Nothing wrong with that. But I have relatives and people who I know who tell me they're vegetarian. And then when I look and they're eating fish, because they're like, fish is vegetarian. I'm like, no, it's not. It's really not. That means that you are... Oh shoot, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, hold on. Pescatarian. That means you're pescatarian if you eat fish. But also reminds me of the time where I actually knew someone and they were like, hey, can you eat fake crab? And I was like, well, it depends what you mean by fake crab. And they're like, the ones you get at sushi. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Those are made of fish paste. That is still fish, it's just not crab. But I don't mind when people ask me these questions because if I don't mind like answering it if I know. It's just, yeah, there are people who do that. And like I said, I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, you are vegetarian, you have to do it properly. No, no, no. Everyone eats their own way. As long as you are not like teaching people and it's like, oh gosh. I don't know. I don't think it's right to shame people for how they eat. As long as they are specifically being honest. Well, I guess being honest is not the right word. But like, being deceptive or being misleading or like telling people, hey, if you don't eat like this, you're going to be in big trouble. I'm like, that's not true. Everyone has their own dietary accommodations. Let people eat what they eat. Did I actually finish up the summer event? It's actually ongoing, as you can see. Hold on. Let's see. Daily rewards. This is gonna last the whole month. Right now we're in part 1. You're trying to get a bunch of things. And the summer event is just collecting sunscreen. So every time you do like nice things, you can find sunscreen and things like that. Let's go! So cute! Oh, I found someone's lost doll. Oh, I didn't talk to Pom-Pom and I immediately entered. That's so pretty! I love it here. Okay, hold on. I have to go out. We have to go talk to Pom-Pom again. Number 1 skincare product. Number 1. Okay, see, I didn't talk to Pom-Pom. He's gonna be stuck here. I already opened it! Let's go! Okay, what's the number 1 skincare product? Hydration. Okay. Wow, that was so much work. You don't look like you need a nap. Totally good. Not really the adventurous type, but I think we can walk through the waterfall, and I can't let you go alone. Maybe we'll find a hammock. Let's go under the waterfall. I already went in, sorry Pom-Pom, but now we can explore it as if I'd never entered it before. Wow. Merry Meadows? Let's go, Pom-Pom. Yippee! Found a new place. It's so pretty here. No, there was a bug. Must collect everything. Ooh. What's this? Rage. I can finally make cherry blossom desserts. I was wondering if I had to wait until spring. Oh my gosh, excited. There are so many desserts you can make with these. It's so pretty. Hold on, we gotta fish a little. Because Hangyodun, which is one of the characters I have such a hard time gifting, he just loves fish. He doesn't like much else. I thought he would like drinks, but he doesn't. He just likes fish. It's weird. Oh, wormtail. Okay, interesting. I have neighbors who had crab apples. I don't recommend it. Only because Their lawns are literally messes because of the crab apples, because no one eats the crab apples. But they are pretty. The flowers are pretty. But yeah, I agree, water. But technically it's not skincare, it's just like things you should do to care for yourself. If you're talking about like actual skincare products, I think sunscreen's #1. Products. But hydrate. Always hydrate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look! It's a Gudetama with a flower! That's so cute. Hello? Okay, so cute! I finally found a Gudetama that I didn't have before. What is that? A gigantic seed? Okay, we're going into this. Open sesame. Yeah, I've seen that. People... I think that's pretty sure... I'm pretty sure that's why my neighbor got rid of their tree. Because their kids were throwing them at each other. Hold on. No, I'm trying to move it. Okay, so I can move this one. Hold on. Okay. Okay, that's not right. It needs to be closer. Okay, much better. That one. Okay, so that's a bit of a waste. Hold on. Okay, that's still a bit of a waste. Can handle it though. And then go over here. No. Yeah. Trust me, I've seen the fights. I know why they all got confiscated. No! Okay. Gosh! Terrible. Flotation device, don't fail me now. Nope. Okay. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Okay, fine. Hold on. I get it. I'm supposed to make it closer. Hold on. Whoops. And then I'm going to float over there because I have something I need over there. Probably. They don't have platforms or nothing. That means there's usually a treasure chest. No. Okay, fine. One at a time. One at a time. Alright, alright. Niche up. Like this. Oh, just a stick? Okay. I think that's not quite close enough. Hold on. Just like a little bit. That's better. Okay. Now I have to go grab the red box. Put this over here. I think this one can be moved. I might be able to... Okay, I can't move that one. I can move this one. Hold on. Over here. I might be able to walk across that. Let's see. Let's see. Can you walk in an angle? Okay, this one no problem. This one no problem. This one no problem! Let's go! Ta-da! Yippee! Now I don't need to clean it up. We'll let the ancient tomb magic do its own thing and we're gonna leave. Hehehehe. I realize I can kinda do the Anya expression. Ooh, fish. I thought this was the same fish as the other one, but apparently it's not, so gotta try to catch it. There technically is a fish catching achievement, but there's no place for me to, like, store my fish. Although I do like this one. If I had to put any fish in aquarium, it'd be this one. Pedoscale. Oh wait, I have that one already? It doesn't have the new symbol. Truly, some of the prettiest places ever. I can't believe I haven't finished the game yet though, because like I can't finish the last part, which is oh, huge huge pedoscale. There's one part. Oh gosh, hold on. No! Wait. Haha. Wow, what's this? Miniature egg? Wait, hold on. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Repair. This game does have an end, technically, to the main story. Where, like, Top Hat, he's currently waiting for me at the... I think it's like the volcano part. And apparently that's where you can end. But I haven't reached that yet. Because I tried going up to the top to him and he doesn't do anything. Or say anything. Okay, I know there's a way for me to get up there. I will get up there. Okay, I can climb this, but I can't climb the other one. I call shenanigans. No. Ooh, seeds. Oh no, I didn't catch it this time. I found another Gudetama. Hold on. Yes, a little flower hat is so cute. Okay. That's where I came from. I saw something. No! Oh, the butterfly! Hold on. No, no, no. I already have a bunch of you. I want the other one. So we got dye here. Oh, seeds? Okay, that's not dye. So many candles. Got it. No, where's the butterfly? Wait, was that it? Was that it? I saw something. Was it just you, Navi? You can't do that to me. I actually thought it was something I wanted. Is it worth it being obsessive over this bug? Yes, some bugs are rare or uncommon. I might not see it again, unlike this mossling, which is everywhere. I can't believe I saw a butterfly and I didn't have the net ready. It was just a picture! Wait, what if I leave and then come back? That might respawn it faster. Ooh. I still haven't done this quest. I hate this quest. Stop. Catch more critters in rainbow. Oh. Catch any on the gemstone mountain. Take a selfie of Kuromi. I forgot to make sweet pudding and chocolate ice cream. I'm supposed to also give gifts to Hello Kitty. I'm not gonna make it. Look, there's something up there. How do I get up there? Whoa. Hello? What is the point of your climbing skills? Is it because I haven't unlocked more of the areas yet? Oh, you can plant stuff, sure. No, I saw a question mark. There was... Okay. Now we head back. I want that butterfly. Was it a figment of my imagination? Was it a once opportunity? There are some bugs I saw once. Didn't have the net. Have not seen them since. Sure. I have to go become better friends of Melody. Are we not the bestest of friends already? Hold on, I thought I saw... Okay, it's another mossling. You guys are everywhere. You're adorable. You're just everywhere. How do I leave? Okay. What does the giant seed do? I don't know. We just gotta plant it. Gotta go become friends of Melody. Who am I still missing to give stuff to? So, Pekko, I gave stuff to Pochako already. Pekko. Fun fact. Hello Kitty... Oh, see, he doesn't like anything. Hello Kitty has released new plushies that are like 90 retro plushies, and I distinctively remember I had an aunt who had a gigantic Pekko plushie that looked exactly like the one they released. It was so surreal. He's dancing. Oh, let's go! I can speed climb now! Oh no, I still need another one. I wanted to upgrade. Okay, now we gotta go find Pom Pom because I gotta go make more pudding. And then it's gonna be Kitty and Melody and... Hold on. I think I'm going in the right direction. Hey, it's a Gudetama. Amazing photography skills. Can I open this yet? I can! Open sesame! Oh man, not again. Okay. I did get it on Switch, because I could get the physical copy that way. Do pictures save? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. They don't save. I think I have to access it somehow. They're not like in my album, if that's what you mean. Hold on. Interesting. Hold on. Okay. So this is gonna be a bit interesting. No. No, stop turning. I'm gonna get dizzy. Okay, so that's the right place. I just need to move it like over here. Never had to put that there before. Oh, I can only make that expand. Okay. So, grab this. Okay, don't do that. Oi. Whee! Let's go! I made it all the way down with my balloons. These puzzles are nothing to me. Okay, so now where am I? I'm on the island. I'm trying to get to Pom Pom. Lemon, easy peasy lemon squeezy. No, I think it might make me dizzy. Moderately concerned now. That is a factor. Will I not get dizzy? Hold on. Gotta make chocolate ice cream and sweet treat. I think it is. I actually don't know if I get anything for doing these quests. Oh, this one. It would? Oh, then definitely not playing it. Sorry. See, it just says quest complete. It doesn't tell me what the quest gives me. Oh. Doesn't seem like Choco Cats. Let's go. I'm sorry I stepped on your cones, Pom Pom. Promise it was an accident. You do get the satisfaction? I guess so. I guess so. Okay, so we gotta go to Melody, and then Melody, Choco Cat, Hiromi, and then Hangyodun, because Hangyodun is actually at the location of a very important quest. It's called Cleaning Up the Oceans. I would like goods though. I'm a materialistic. I like materials. I was gonna say I'm a materialistic person. I just like materials. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that. I should have made more of this. Oh no. I need more flour. You guys don't understand. Pink latte. We're gonna make more of that. Okay. I'm gonna make a gazillion of them for you because I've never seen her give me this much flour. Fantasy omelet. She likes this too. Whoa, it's cinnamon roll. Have I given you gifts yet? If there's a red dot... Hold on, how do I don't see cinnamon roll. Because if there's a red dot, then I know I haven't given them gifts yet. Talk to Carapi at the strange underwater plant. I know. It's like a weird... might swallow you whole kind of plant. Okay, grab the free flour. Off to Choco Cat! Choco Cat loves things, and I thought did I not gift them to him? Did I make all the ancient books and not gift them to him? That's unfortunate. Oh, this is the Sunshine Celebration, by the way. You trade for stuff. It's very cute. There are goods that are available on the first day and then, or no, the first half and then the second half. Right now we're just in the first half. It's gonna be a month-long event. No need to rush. Ooh, pineapple. I didn't give it to him. Okay, one more. Now I gotta ask him about the doll. A well-equipped Nui. Someone new living on the island. A new friend? Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna reconvene. Look, it's cinnamon roll. Hi. I did give you your daily gifts. Okay. Oops. Now on to Kuromi. Stupid photo op quest. They can't make me. I won't do that one at all. Okay. No, it almost got me. Okay, this is where Kuromi lives. It's a gigantic pumpkin. Kuromi has a very distinctive outfit. I wanted to ask her to change it, but... No! I need to make more pumpkin soda. Here for the friendship. Okay, I don't use the light stones anyways. I used to need them. I don't know what they are going to be for now. Should have made more soda. Oh, how do I zoom out? There it is. I think I got everyone now. Wait, what do you mean I still haven't gifted things to Pom Pom? How could I do that to them? Must give gifts. That is deplorable of me. I don't know where that came from. Here you go! Banana. Oh, let's go! Okay, I don't know what that is. Almost can upgrade the boat. That means that I can make more desserts. Wait. I just realized I have new ingredients. Let me go try to make them. Hold on. It is a new ingredient. Okay. What will make? Something pretty? Oh, it's beautiful. I can't use them all because I have to go make Sakura soda. Sakura cake. We gotta go. Make Sakura drink. I also have to go give something to Hangyodon. And Hello Kitty. Oh, dear Daniel's here too. Well, he didn't give me a quest, so I guess we can't be friends. I don't know how to get people to stay in my village or in my resort. So the only person who's visited so far is Dear Daniel, because I literally haven't decorated for anyone else, even though I've unlocked almost all of the guest houses. It's difficult. Hold on, where is the pink drink? Worth it. Finally found something my Melody likes. Always gotta have stuff for cinnamon roll, because they are also very difficult. Okay, now we're gonna try it with... Oops. Just one. What does it make? What does it make? Disappointing. Okay, there is a Sakura latte. I probably have to do a combination. You love the tiny opal flutterfish? I also love it, and I don't want to give it to you. But I need the little... Oh gosh! The Kanto nuts. Fish are friends, not food. I will say in the light novel, one of the characters is like a young child, and they do have like this... They speak in a very lispy way, and they don't do that in the manga or the anime. I was surprised to see it as a choice. Oh, petal scale. I'll have to make more drink combinations later. Now, if anyone's curious, when you go in your friend tab, it will tell me what my companion abilities are. As you can see. So that's what these are. So the only one I'm missing is Hello Kitty. Hold on, I have to go pop it. I forgot that's what he likes. I have to go catch more of those. Hold on, hold on. Usually there's more over here. Oh. And that's the only thing I can catch, by the way, down here. I think it's because I'm not a mermaid. I'm trying to get the coral milk. Coral milk is very important for making drinks. Okay, gotta enter and... No! By the way, to be a mermaid, I have to wear the mermaid outfit, and I like my outfit. Okay, where is... Caribbean Hello Kitty? They're somewhere over here. Oh! I can catch other things. What in the... I couldn't before. I tried. Maybe I have bad aim. Well, that's gonna be a game changer. Alright, where are they? Oh, they're so far. Okay. Hold on. Missed amazing puzzle solving. Also, I told the story of how... Actually, I don't remember. Guess we'll never know. So this is where you get the clam stuff. Hold on, there it is. Finally. I don't know how to make this. Sure. Oh, the coffee ice cream story? No, I didn't tell that one. I forgot you guys are waiting for that. Well, I'll have to tell that another day. It's not that big. It's like a small story. It's not that big. I don't know. I feel like you guys are overestimating it. There you are. It is. I have not been streaming for a year, so yeah. Let's go. Yippee! Karapi is such... I have such a soft spot for Karapi because when I was younger, I had a lot of Karapi merch. Like, I had this Karapi suitcase and I brought it everywhere for me. That's what BunniAria tells me. And she said I was so sad when it broke. And she got me a new one. It's a Minnie Mouse one. She's like, I really liked it. But apparently I was too scared to bring it anywhere after what happened to my Karapi suitcase. And I was like, I didn't go anywhere. It was just like, I would bring it with me. And I always carried it myself. But BunniAria was like, yeah, you never brought it anywhere. You were too scared that it would break like the other one. He's giving me garbage. Okay. I've already collected those. He's a recycling plant. He's an actual recycling... How much do I have? Coral keys or coral spores? 101. Apparently I can recycle comic books too? Sure, let's see what happens. Recycle! Ah! that's what I used to open the mermaid treasure chest. It's rather fluffy. Oh, so that's why I planted the beds. Aren't I 2+ years? I think it's only 2 years I've been streaming. Now I can plant. Yes. Leaf, delicate, bumpy. I want to grow delicate. Look! Time to collect more trash. Oh. Oh. They look so cute as little mermaids. Hehe, the island appreciates your ongoing effort. Kiki and Lala. Take the star for let's go! I can open more of these puzzle rooms. Be good to each other. Bye-bye. Ooh, pink and blue like top hat. Yippee! Motivated now. I can't ask, like, for some reason, I can't ask the newies to collect the garbage for me. I have to do that myself. How disappointing. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I was like, I saw garbage. Okay. And then these 2, 3, and then that's gonna be it for the what is it, oxygen? Two, 3. Okay. That's the recycling plant, got it. What else am I supposed to do? I feel like there's something else. Quest. Oh, I gotta go talk to Karapi again. Talk to Batsmaru, and... I wanna make Pochacho! Okay, okay. Pochaco's drink first. Where's Pochaco? Pochaco? How did he end up over there? Okay. Let's go! I wanna make Pochaco soda. If that's something that he likes. Because he likes eggs and omelets, but I cannot get that many eggs. That game is difficult. I'm on my way, Pochaco! I'm on my way! Wait, hold on. I found him. 8 minutes. Hey, you okay? Oh no, he's gotten slower. Let's make a new drink together. I don't know. Let's go! Time to go to Pom Pom. But I'm pretty sure it should be Petco if it's soda. I know, like, Pom Pom makes desserts. No! Stop activating! I will never finish that quest. Oh, Pom Pom's sleeping. Oh, hey! We're good, thanks. Fizzy crystals. Sure. Don't I already have them? Spinips. Okay. Sugar kelp. Protein. Tofu and spinips. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna go make a bunch of Pochaco's energy drink. I already have everything. Oh, I gotta go make a bunch of fizzy crystals. Hold on. Into... Wait, not into. Towards the... table. There it is. Gonna max it out because I'm going to get a bunch anyways. The fact that it takes 5 fizzy crystals to make this soda is a lot of crystals. Oh. I haven't seen any of the animals. Any bugs to catch. Hold on. I want to add one of this to see what it makes. If it's just sweet soda, I'm gonna be so upset. Sakura soda, let's go. Tofu and the recipe. And tofu. Need 4 so I can give them the Pochaco. Da-da-da-dum-da-dum. A shoe store? Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Whoa, it tastes great! Go run your mile again. Good luck, Pochaco! Okay. Now the only other one is Batsmaru. Everything else is like, everyone is missing, and I can't even do that quest yet. It sounds like it's a really important quest if someone's missing, but Cinnamon Roll is clearly not missing. Oh no! We should call security. Beachcombers, okay. Fish mystery. Now what am I supposed to do? Look for clues on the beach. I thought you said he was going to look for clues. I guess I... Oh. Found it. What did you come up with, Gumshoe? The fish, huh? It was a nice prank, but they shouldn't have signed it. I'm gonna deputize you as a junior island detective. Let's go, we got a hat. I'll handle the land, you take the sea. I heard the fish like to swim around that underwater city. Why don't you take a look there? They just stared at me. For some reason, Tuxedo Sam likes these things. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Here? Nope. Hold on, there's also... Oh. There is a place... Yeah, here it is. Wait. Yes! No! Bumpy coral. There's another one. Or at least I think there was another one nearby. Wait. Oh. Okay. Time. No! Gotcha. See? Sunscreen. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough coral spores. Okay. Stop that quest. I was following it because I thought the navigation was trying to take me to it. Let me go inside! No! So close. Hey, you. Gotcha. Now, what's this? Oh, there it is. I know, I don't have enough. I thought I had at least 3. Can't believe I didn't have 3. I'm grabbing some of these coral milks. And now... heading back up. Hold on. There we go. To talk to bats, Mardu. It's a mystery on our hands. Onward! Oh. Oh, I can use that above ground. That is so fun. Oh, wow! Nicely done. Let's see if your fresh catch of the day adds up to anything. A map. That's where those little rascals must have my gear. Clearly the fish want us to go out there. Are you up for it, kid? Swim out there and see what you can find. If it's a trap, just give me a whistle. I'm going to Hello Kitty's cafe to look for witnesses. Whistle when I'm underwater? I have a feeling he's not gonna hear me if I whistle underwater. Just a hunch. Chocolate coins! Oh, found it. Well, that was instantaneous. Gosh, and they all can mermaidify and I can't. Enter. And exit. Hehehehe. Gotta have all the strats to extend. I know you have the potions and things like that, but I go old school. The experience... No, I'm kidding. It's just I'm too lazy. I keep forgetting to make more potions too. Alright. To the Hello Kitty Cafe! I did find the gear though. I hope it's all of it. I hope I don't have to go back. I do want it. I also want another one. I'm kind of curious if I can dye these. No, I'm gonna wait. Okay. Nice job getting back most of my gear. You earned this hot cocoa. Now we just need to track down the mastermind behind this. Things might get tricky going forward. Are you sure you're up for it, kid? Great. Hello Kitty here tells me she saw something the other night. I'll let you handle the questioning. I need to follow up on something at the pier. Questioning what? She needs a bribe in order to tell her what she saw? She needs the hot cocoa I just got. Ah, yes, most delightful. It's all coming back to me now. I was strolling near the end of the dock and I spied something most unusual. A large school of fish was gathered there. They seemed very, shall we say, mischievous. Hello Kitty is a scammer. She saw me get that cocoa for my efforts and then she immediately wanted it. Let's go! Beautiful. I need more sakura flowers. What am I gonna do? I can't make more sakura things without them. Need to unlock more of that sakura. I think it's at the pier. How convenient that what she wanted was what Batsmaru had just given me. Wait, he said he was at the pier. Hello? Oh, that pier. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Is that a treasure chest? Did I open it? I did open it. How's the search for fishy culprit going, kid? You really earned that detective hat, but while you were investigating, I uncovered something. Something huge. Are you sure you're ready to jump into the deep end of things? I like to leave conspiracies to Kuromi, but this one goes all the way to the top. Or in this case, to the bottom of the sea. You might say we have a real fish spear sea on our hands. I found out they've been pranking people so they wouldn't fish here. The fish were afraid that people would find a film reel they lost. It's the highlight reel of every silly dance craze the school of fish has gotten into over the years. The flop, the jumping jellyfish, and even the wobbling whale. Trust me, these fads are ridiculous and embarrassing as they sound. The fish wanted to keep involvement in past trendy dance crazes on the down lows, so they sunk the evidence. Once we find the missing film reel and expose their ridiculous dancing, their pranks will stop and everyone can fish here in peace. I'll cover the waterfront while you swim around the dock and find the missing fish reel. Film reel. Any questions? Just swim casual. So he says... Means... Is it over here? Hold on. Nope, past it. Still past it? Is it over here? Aha! Dive! Wow, found it instantly. Time to embarrass some fish. Thanks to you, I can get back to fishing in peace. I think you've earned your own detective coat. Let's go, I'm gonna dye it. It'll come in handy, trust me. The pranks will stop now that the fish know I know all their embarrassing dances. And we're friends! Oh. Alright. Now time to go dye this coat. I want to see what colors are possible. And then that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for what was a very eventful day. You guys technically got the Zatsu, but it was all food related. Oh, wrong store, wrong store. I didn't mean to be here. I want to dye that detective coat. I want a blue trench coat. Okay, that's how it always is though. So many things to collect. Aha! No! Okay, this one's cuter. Sometimes I'll buy duplicates of things just to dye them. Look at this lemon dress. Very cute. But not cute enough. Oh, oh, that's very cute. Ah, there it is! I love it! I'm gonna have to get more of this bow somehow. Both are very cute. Okay. Cute, 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 cute! I've already dyed some things, as you can see, of like the multiple backpacks. Ugh. Okay. No. Okay. Time to save. A PC case of what? I saw a really cute PC monitor that was blue and it was only in Japan. Sad. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this Hello Kitty Island adventure. The summer celebration is going on. Hopefully I'll be able to catch enough sunscreen to get a bunch of items. I didn't have enough for the mermaid one. That's right. Next time I should go start unlocking the mermaid treasure chest. We'll do that next time. Oh, I saw that. That one's okay. I prefer something cuter. That one's okay. I just prefer something cuter. Yeah, I saw the blue color is pretty perfect, but I don't like that it's a milk carton. Reminds me, oh, okay, I did forget. I'll write the story down for next time, but I do have a story to tell you about Japanese milk that I've tried. It's from Hokkaido. Next time, though, next time. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little questing adventure, Zatsu-ish, Hello Kitty Island adventure stream. As always, thank you so much for joining me, whether you're chatting, lurking, or watching the VOD. Remember to hydrate, stretch, and take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go eat lunch. I'm having just the mixed mash of leftovers today. Today, it was kind of like a weird forecast, but not going out today. We're just eating whatever's home. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your meals. What's the leftovers? It's gonna be a mix. I think it's gonna be pizza and it's like a Vietnamese baked egg dish. It's normally steamed, but I prefer the baked egg version. I'll probably explain it more next time because I do really have to go. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. My next stream will be Wednesday. I might do another Bustafellow stream because I was safe. I was in the prologue. It's just that the new Bustafellows is a different format. So instead of like getting to do a blind run, you just automatically enter someone's route. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in another stream. Until next time. Always forget the ending scene. I need to color code this.